Super Bowl Sunday, and we're going to do one that I think a lot of people are becoming enamored with because of the Senior Bowl and the practices. The Senior Bowl Player of the Week for practices. Now, only if practices related to the games. At the FCS level, he did a very good job. I mean, very elite prospect. And you know what? His frame, his build, he looks like an NFL prospect. We're talking about Zabel, who should be a guard/center at the next level. After the Senior Bowl, he rose up boards dramatically. He is a top round prospect now. I do not have him there. I have him as an early second round to mid second round to early third round prospect in my book. I don't think he's the number one center in this draft class, but he does have a lot of potential. He struggles against the bull rush. So if you guys don't like Coleman Shelton and you think that's his biggest weakness, when you watch Zabel on tape against lower level competition, it's fun to watch him absolutely slam guys at the next level. His run blocking is off the chart. His pass blocking is very good in most instances, but when guys get inside of him, when they get under his pad level, his frame gets skinny and he doesn't handle the bull rush well at all. So here he was at the Senior Bowl. We'll make this smaller as we like to do. You can see his weight before was 305. He ended up weighing 316, so he's a good center/guard size. Probably more ideal for center, but he could kick out to guard and play very well. Hands are a little bit small. Arms are really short, but that's why he's not going to play tackle at the next level. So he was a tackle at North Dakota State, FCS level. Did extremely well there, obviously, but he's not going to translate that to the NFL with the weaker competition. And he looked really good in practice for that reason, because he looks good with his technique. He's got good technique, but when he gets put into, he does have some weaknesses. So we'll put some of his Senior Bowl highlights up here on the tape. This is him taking snaps. So that's him at center. So teams see him that way. They see him as a prospect where he can play at the center position. Now there he is at guard. And he does a good job staying into these guys in practice. But at the game, first drive alone, he struggled quite a bit. And he's going to struggle adapting to NFL level. But as a prospect, he's got the right body size and build to be the next level guard/center at the NFL level. Play some more plays for you here for a second. So I kind of focus on the negative, I think. So for positives for him, he has really good spatial awareness. He's aware of stunts and blitzes that happen quite a bit. His footwork is really polished. It's just when guys get underneath him, he does have a little bit of an issue. But his footwork is pretty freaking good for an FCS level, for a North Dakota State player. I think he's going to translate just fine. He has a decent base. He can use a little bit of work at the next level as well. So like I said, people got enamored by him at the Senior Bowl, but you know, there are good things. You see him moving there on the run game. Gets out pretty quickly. He's got good spatial awareness. He has good lateral movement. He can move side to side really well. The base needs a little bit more work, but it's nothing to be super concerned about. Just at the tackle level, he did struggle. You know, we're showing some highlights now, which is good. You don't want to show all the lowlights, but he's getting out there. So he is a good prospect. I do like Zabel. He's not my number one pick for center/guard, but if he's there at 41 and the Bears fell in love with him, I wouldn't complain one bit, and then he can compete. The ideal situation there would be someone more along the third round, in my opinion. If we had a third rounder that we're going after the center position, but Zabel would be a good prospect to be able to develop. He's got good size and good spatial awareness, so he's not going to be one that gets, spooked a lot like Ja'Tyre Carter or Larry Borum, where they just weren't spatially aware of what was going on around them. And when he gets under someone, he's one of the meanest guys in the FCS level. I'm probably the meanest guy in the FCS level. Division I, he could probably keep his own with most teams. But when someone gets under him, it can be a little bit of a problem too. So good prospect. I like Zabel. Don't love Zabel. I would expect him to go somewhere in the 40 to 60 range. I'd say 40 to 60 range. More towards the 60 if I'm the Bears. So if they trade down from the first pick at 10 and they pick up one in the, say 18 and 52, and they pick him at 52, I wouldn't be upset one bit. Not one bit would I be upset. So there's Zabel. Let me know what you guys think. Am I crazy? Am I being a little too hard on him? I didn't show a ton of the negative highlights. I don't like to do that to the guys. But some of the things that can be a problem for him are when people get inside on him. He gets a little bit skinny, and he struggles against the bull rush quite a bit. Some of the same issues that a lot of people complained about with Coleman Shelton, you're going to see with Zabel. So, all right, with that, the Bears. and bear down.